One more quote before our final guest speaker, and then finally we get to hear the hero of tonight, Walter Hoye, at the very end. But this quote from Dr. King to set the stage for our next presenter. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. And I think that sets the stage for our final guest presenter, Bishop Ronnie Allen. He is the president of the International Faith-Based Coalition. I have not met you, Bishop Allen, in person, but Walter sings your praises. I was thrilled to hear your wife's voice on here as well earlier. How are you doing this evening?
We're doing excellent this evening. We're honored and humbled at the same time to have an opportunity to talk about Walter and Lori, and to be a part of this great movement.
Well, please help us to understand. You know Walter and Lori so well. Share your heart about them and about their work and why you feel it's so crucial. And help us to understand, as people of faith across all these different faith backgrounds we've been hearing from tonight, why this is such a crucial issue that affects all of us.
Well, it does affect all of us. Life and death affects all of us. But abortion especially affects the African American community, the black community. And I have to say that what impressed me the most about Walter and Lori was I had no idea about abortion or the devastation or the damage or what it was causing in the black community. I had no idea that the most dangerous place for a black child is in the mother's womb. I had no idea about these things until I met Walter and Lori, and he began to educate me and began to talk to me about it. And I was just so shocked and surprised that I had to begin to tell the story. And we met Walter about 5 years ago. In fact, I met him at a Church of God in Christ convention that was out here, maybe even longer than that, in Sacramento. And I had seen these billboards all over the place. And wow, what a wonderful campaign it was. But as I said, I didn't have any understanding about it. But God made it possible for me to run into the man that was running the campaign. And I invited him to the house, and he came to my home, and we went out to a dinner. In fact, it was Chinese food. I could tell you he likes Chinese food. And at the time, Lori was not with him. And did he not open my heart, open my mind? He taught like one that had authority in this situation. Turned my life around. But not only that, I want to talk about a recent event that even did more for me. So, down through the years, we had an opportunity to meet with him and meet with Lori, and he would share more about abortion, educate me, and that was the main thing that he would do. He is my mentor in this, and so humble and so knowledgeable. It's just absolutely amazing. But we had a chance this year, or last year, is that right, baby? To go down to Allensworth. Oh my, was that a life changer. And Lori wasn't there in the beginning. Is that right?
This is Lady Gail. Lori wasn't there in the beginning, and I think that what really stands out about Walter and Lori with myself, even in this event going out to Allensworth, I can remember them putting on such an awesome event, and everything was moving right along, and Lori happened to be absent for a few hours, and Walter was running, he was running. I mean, he had his skates on, and I can tell you that he was totally exhausted, but with the energy that drives him, he never stopped. It was just so awesome to see Lori come in, and it was just a shift in the whole atmosphere, how they work such together as a team that goes forth with a heart for people and for babies that they've never ever seen with their love. And I think what really seals it is that they just have such a love in what they do. You can feel the compassion. So in that event, we know that Walter needs Lori, and Lori needs Walter because they are a dynamic team together.
I would have felt sorry for him if Lori was with the Sacramento Kings. I would have felt sorry for him. But when I found out that she was with the Lakers, I didn't feel so bad after all. Being a Kings fan. But when she came back, did his attitude change? I mean, she was just a breath of fresh air for him. And we learned from that. My wife, we learned from that what it took to run such a wonderful, large event and the unity that they have for each other and the love. And I have to tell you, you cannot have love for people if you don't have love for each other. You cannot have love for babies and love for life if you don't love life yourself and love yourself. And Walter and Lori is the epitome of that, the epitome of love. And I'm just so amazed at the vigor that they have to want to save babies. And the last thing I'll say is we need to support this effort with whatever we can, large or small. This is a life and death situation. When I was in Allensworth and I heard the doctors talk and I heard the victims speak and I heard so much, every time I talk to Walter, every time I talk to Lori, I tell them the life-changing event Allensworth was. And I hope that they can continue that effort along with what they're doing, because I have to tell you, now you might not know this, but I've been black all my life. Okay, all right. I'm 59 years old, so I've been black all my life. And black pastors don't know this. Black bishops don't know this. Black ministers don't know this. There has to be a setting, a private, I'm telling you, and I got to get off. I know I'm spending a lot of time here, but I tell you, send your money, send your checks. In fact, send your whole bank account. Don't even spare anything. Break yourself. Whatever you have, just send it. Walter and Lori and Issues for Life, they are good ground to plant your seed in. The Bible is still true. You will reap what you sow. You cannot plant money into this ministry, into this life-saving, life-changing events that they're having, life-saving, life-changing event, and not see a benefit happen for you and your children and your loved ones right in your home. I'm telling you, we went to Allensworth, and my life has changed. I'm just ready to spread this thing across the nation, across the world, and I'm just hoping that every single year he can bring in different people to Allensworth. Let them hear and let them see and let them feel that took me over the top. Thank you, Walter, and thank you, Lori, for affecting the Allen's life and the International Faith-Based Coalition's life. Thank you. Send your money in. Send your checks in. You'll see it again.
Bishop Allen, thank you so much for that rousing call to action. Thank you, Lady Gail, as well, for your words. Your life was changed, life-saving, life-changing. I loved when you said, until I met Walter and Lori, and how that was a transformational moment, how you described how Walter talked like one with authority and what you experienced in Allensworth. And that's what we have the opportunity to share with so many more leaders in the church, in the African American community, is the gift of Walter and Lori and Issues for Life. Bishop Allen, thank you so much for being here. I know, again, you are incredibly busy and you could be doing many other things.